Hey everybody, this here's Moondoggy, and I have another commentary for you guys. This one done on the map PL HooDoo. Yeah, that's actually one of the new maps that Valve. Well, no, never mind. Scratch what I just said. I was about to say this is one of the new maps that Valve released, but that's not entirely correct. This is actually a community-made map that's been out for a bit of time already, I guess. I don't really know when exactly the map was released, but nonetheless, it's a map that Valve decided to make official with their new recent Sniper Spy update, which I do want to talk about a lot, but also don't want to bore you guys. So I'll just give snippets of information here and there as the video goes on. Just exactly conveying exactly how I feel about these unlocks. Now, a little bit about the map. I actually don't know too much about the map. I've only played on it 3 times, and if you ask me whether I like or hate the map, I'd have to say that I'm not exactly fond of the map, but I don't hate it either. And that's just because, as I said before, I haven't played the map enough to really draw up an opinion on it. That also means that I really don't know too much about the map, so I'm just going to be pointing out things here and there as I see them, and hopefully that'll give you guys a good understanding of how I think. I don't know, I guess a certain section of the map might be useful. Anyway, a little about the actual demo itself. This here is a player that goes by the name FreeShooter. So yeah, once again, this isn't actually some of my own gameplay. This is another user submitted demo. So as always, the credit goes to him for the actual gameplay, and credit only goes to me for the commentary. Now, okay, it looks like he's pushed behind the red team already, so he's going for a stab on a demo, and he doesn't end up getting it, unfortunately. The video was a bit jerky, so I couldn't really tell what might have been the downfall in getting that backstab. It looks like he's about to go for an engineer, maybe. Yeah, he's going for it, and he gets the engineer, but oh, he doesn't end up getting the sentry. Oddly enough, I think it's because it looked like at that last second he didn't keep holding the crouch key, and that might have caused him to well, obviously, if you let go of the crouch key, you're going to come back up. You're going to stand right back up. And I think that might have been the reason why he wasn't able to stab that sentry. I mean, sap that sentry. Uh, I've tested it out a bit myself before, and the thing that I found about stabbing engineers who are camping sentries, especially when you're directly on their heads, is that you have to keep holding the crouch key in order to be able to actually sap the sentry for some reason. If you try to just stand up right after stabbing the engineer, usually the sentry still gets you, and the reason for that, I guess the reason for that is because I think what happens is when you're crouched, it seems like the sentry gun has to still readjust a bit more to be able to lock on you, to fully lock on you, and that's just more time the sentry has to waste in order to actually lock on you, and I think that gives you more time to be able to set the sentry. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. That'd be something that I would have to test out, or I don't know, somebody else could test it out. So I don't know. Uh, but from what I've found, I think it's pretty safe to say that you want to keep holding the crouch key after you stab an engineer to be able to successfully sap a sentry gun, I guess. Here he's going after a few members of the enemy team, and he gets a sniper and a heavy. Pretty successful run. There's a few more enemies he could have got, a soldier and a medic, I believe, but he ended up not going for them as things were a bit hectic, and everyone was just running around and shooting. So I think those were 2 good targets to go for. A heavy and sniper are usually pretty stationary, and they make for pretty easy stabbing targets, so long as they're not too paranoid. Right here, he's gone ahead and moved to the red spawn point. Looks like he's trying to snipe somebody with the new ambassador. A very nice weapon. It's one of those weapons that I feel that I don't want to say it's overpowered, but it is one of those weapons that feels like it's just gonna completely, just completely replace the regular revolver if it already hasn't, And he ends up getting a headshot on an engineer, and he's trying to snipe something. I can't really see from the video. Might be, since it's an engineer, I'm guessing it might be a sentry gun. I wasn't quite sure. He jumped down to get a bit of health, and looks like he's going to go for a demo. He ends up not getting the demo. The demo pulled back, most likely getting pressured by another enemy as he was going for the backstab, and that caused it to fail. And then a medic came up behind him and finished him off with the needle gun. Here we have him pushing out once again. I guess he's not going to take the teleporter, and he's just making his way back towards the cart once again. Looks like he's taking these tunnels once again. I don't know if I like these tunnels right here. It's a pretty tight enclosed space. So if you run into an enemy as a spy in there, it will most surely mean sudden death for you. Uh, he's looking for some enemies established. So he's gonna get two heavies. He does end up getting them, and he's trying to push the cart back. He might cap it, and unfortunately, he doesn't get the cap. Soldier came and kind of disrupted his attempt, but he was able to at least get it close enough for another teammate to capture it. Um, so good round in all. I think he played a good round. From what I could see so far, the map is pretty open. There's the good thing is there's more than one route. It seems like there's more than one way to be able to get to the back of your enemies. So, or I guess I could say to get at their backs. So that's a good thing about the map. Usually, I don't on linear maps like this where you just gotta go in one direction. What I hate the most is when there's just one set path in order to be able to get to a certain area. You know, there's just a one-way thing, which isn't. I mean, it's not really common. I think a lot of people know that that's not a good way to make a map, from what I could see, and they tend to opt out for more routes. They tend to put more routes in their maps to kind of give variety of how you could get to a certain area. I guess I could talk about the unlocks now. Right now, yeah, the cloak and device the player's using right now is actually the original cloak, which I actually tend to like better than the two recent cloak and devices that were released. I actually haven't messed around with the Dead Ringer just yet. I've only messed around with the cloak and dagger, and even the cloak and dagger in itself, while it's a nice unlock, I think it's a good unlock. It's just that it's a very situational based unlock, and I'll elaborate on that more in a bit. But here he's trying to get a heal from his friendly medic, and we got some enemies pushing towards the medic, and unfortunately the medic goes down. He lives though. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't think it's a good idea for him to keep pushing out though. Had a feeling that medic and the pyro were going to come in with an Uber, and I felt that they were going to catch him if he pushed out, and unfortunately that's what ended up happening. Here he's pushing towards the cart once again, not really sure what's going to go down, and it's kind of crowded right here. He's taking a few hits from God knows what. I'm guessing it's a heavy that's probably just spamming. Looks like we got some engineers on top of the roof. He's going to try and snipe them. I'm not even too sure how they got up there. See, that shows my noobness towards this map, because I have no idea how those engineers got up there. Looks like he still wants to snipe them. I'm guessing he's probably waiting for a good opportunity. And yeah, that's what he decides to go for. But one of them is onto him. It looks like, yeah, one of them is onto him, and he's firing back at him. I'm not too sure what. Oh, he jumps down. He's coming after the spy. Unfortunately, he ends up eating it. And yep, that's what you get, engineer, for trying to be a hero. You get headshotted. Now looks like he's a bit low on health, so he's most likely looking for some way to heal. But he sees an engineer, and actually I guess he's not gonna go for them. He ends up going for this ammo pack over here, and I'm guessing he's heading towards the health pack. He might know where one's at. I already don't know where one's at, and one's right there. So that's what he ends up getting. There's an engineer right there that's about to build a teleporter. Sees him though, and he pulls line of sight near the shed. He makes sure to cloak in front of the shed so the engineer can't see him, and now the engineer doesn't know where he went. Most likely the engineer's still spy checking back there, and now he's heading this way. He still knows the engineer's over here, so it looks like he's probably going to try and take a pock shot off the engineer, and he does get a headshot off the engineer, but he doesn't go down. This is a pretty tough situation right here. The engineer's guarding that sentry. The good thing is there's two dispensers right there for him to camp, and oh yeah, that's not too good of an idea. He ends up uncloaking before he actually disguised. That's actually a mistake that I can't say I don't make. I actually make